I'm in week 2 of 6 weeks of airline travel. I flew home for the weekend, but I fly out to Minneapolis, Minnesota in about 36 hours. All my Pelican 16, 15s, all 4 of them on this show have failed wheels. I just got back from a documentary in Argentina, and then we went on a ship down to Antarctica, and a couple of them failed on that journey. But these cases have been all over the world. I've been to China with them, all over the US, and a little bit of Mexico travel. So the issue with these Pelican Air wheels I found is they're like a hard plastic wheel with an outer rubber liner that eventually fails. And then also the bearings tend to go bad, maybe from these getting dragged through sand, which has happened a few times in Florida. But at any rate, I wanted to order Pelican OEM replacement wheels, but I couldn't get them this weekend in time before I fly out again. And the 4th case, unfortunately, I'm going to have to repair at the hotel in a day and a half when we're back on the road, because I sent that case home with my producer. So it's off in California at the moment. So instead, I went down the internet rabbit hole and found people are using inline skate wheels in place of the Pelican wheels, and then using a higher quality ball bearing, like a skateboard street ball bearing. So I tried to replicate what I could, and then had to modify a bit based on what could ship in 24 hours to my house here in Texas. So parts are, I'll put them in the link in the description, but we got the inline skate wheel, each of which will take 2 skateboard bearings, and then these 6mm spacers. And then I assume I'm just using the existing axles that are in the kit. And then these undersized 1/4-inch washers that have a smaller outside diameter. I'll put the spec in there, but the idea being I need to space a washer spacer, because it appears the inline wheel is a bit narrower than the stock wheel. Got a punch with a hammer, and then I drilled a hole in this 2x4 just so I can tap out the axle. Now one side of the axle is gnarled, and the other side is smooth, and the first wheel I did, I was pounding on it and sending it the wrong way. It'll only come out gnarled side, the side that's all bumpy like this punch. The bumpy side has to come out first. Just look and see. Yeah, see how that side has got the gnarling, I believe that's called, the rough surface. So I'm punching this the right way. I'm just gonna tap it out the rest of the way. Ready? The engineer's hammer, it's a little easier on my fingers or on a hill. There we go, one tap. So axle, I'm gonna leave the axle in there. Here's the old wheel, bad wheel. I'm gonna push the axle in a little bit, and then preload 2 washers. Okay, next I gotta press bearings into this skate wheel. I'm gonna flip it over. And then next I put in a spacer. Second bearing. Okay, so I got 2 washers in there. I'm gonna grab a 3rd washer. This is where I saw a video that said to super glue this last washer onto the plastic, but I was able to get the first one on with my finger, line it up reasonably well. Just kind of got the washer in there. I'm gonna push this axle into the wheel bearing a little bit. Why is it not going? Hold on, let's go back over to the 2x4. Now, I got this other washer sort of pinched there. I'm just gonna use a screwdriver to, since I didn't super glue it, to line it up with the hole. Looks good. There we go. Ready? much better than this. Cool. All right, thanks, Vic.